Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening, rather. Got on a little later this evening. Now, of course, we had quite the bit that has occurred today. Quite a bit that has occurred today, rather. It was the best thing to say. So we're going to break down some of the goings on of today, and the importance of that Epstein vote that is scheduled to happen tomorrow in the House, and how you don't just need them to vote to pass it. You also need them to vote to have a super majority, 2/3 of the House vote for that bill. And you need 2/3 of the Senate to vote for that bill. Because if a veto-proof bill is not sent to the desk of the president, he's going to veto it. He's going to veto it. And because I'm going to tell you why I think he would do that. Trump says that Congress should vote to release the files. Donald Trump could tell Pam Bondi right now, release the files. She would do exactly what he told her to do. That's what she's been doing up to this point. But notice Trump never says, release the files to the Justice Department. It's not like he's powerless in this, but he's never going to ever say, release the files. He's going to come up with every excuse possible not to release those files. I need you to understand that. Okay? You need to understand that. So you need to call your congressman, your congresswoman, your senator, and let them know they need to vote to release the files. And if they vote not to release those files, you will assume that they support the behaviors. And that they need to also assume that you will ensure that they're not reelected into those jobs since they don't want to protect children. That needs to be the message, frankly, because the victims also want these files released because they're tired of living in the shadows and they're tired of people not believing what they know to be true, what Jeffrey Epstein has been convicted on, what Ghislaine Maxwell has been convicted on. This is what we know. I'm not talking about speculation. I'm talking about what we know for sure. What has been litigated in court and been verified. So that's what we need that's why we need those files. So if Donald Trump really says he's innocent and he ain't, okay, then just release the files. Good evening, KJ. Now, let me say good afternoon to you. I thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I only ask you a couple of things to be here, right? If you could tap that like button, I greatly appreciate it. Tapping that like button, tapping is clapping. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is if you could hit that copy link button. Copy link counts as a share. Okay? Thank you. And you don't even have to send that link to anybody. It just helps me out and helps to boost the live. So contact your elected official. Don't lose sight of that. Now, I know everybody's been talking about these $2,000 checks that Trump keeps talking about. Now, Trump has also said Congress has to approve it. Notice he didn't go through Congress when he offered $10,000 bonuses for people to sign up for ICE, when he offered to pay off their student loan debt. Pay attention. When he gave $40 billion to Argentina, he didn't give a shit about Congress then. Thank you, Tech Girl. But notice when it's time to give you a little peddly $2,000, because $2,000 ain't no fucking money. Say it again, rah-rah, or do that to the boats. He didn't give a shit about Congress then. But when it comes to you getting anything back from your government, notice how now all of a sudden he got to talk to Congress. And you already know Republicans are against giving you anything. So you're not going to get nothing. You never got your $5,000 Doge check. You ain't going to get nothing back from the tariffs, right? Even if the courts rule those tariffs unconstitutional, money will be refunded to the companies. You and I won't get a damn thing back. Whatever money you and I have already spent is gone. You know? Thank you, Winter. Yeah, look, Amy, you still waiting on your Doge check too? I told people that Doge check was coming in February. They didn't believe me. I told folks that at the beginning of the year when Elon Musk was lying then. I've saved the government so much money, blah, 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 blah. Elon Musk and them doing Doge had nothing to do with saving the government money. It didn't save the government anything. It was just designed so a rich guy that paid to make sure another guy would become president got in there and busted up government agencies that were monitoring him or had found him to do things he wasn't supposed to be doing, right? That was the first reason why. And the second reason was their whole plan to get rid of government employees. They want to make sure the tax dollars don't go to the civil servants that provide services to the American citizen. Instead, that money gets to go to rich people. Say, did I hear all the MAGAs are burning all the MAGA appeal and hats? Oh, they're burning all their own stuff again like they burned those Nike shoes. Trump doesn't care if they burn all that shit for one specific reason. Burning all that shit is kind of irrelevant because why? They still bought it. The money's already spent. You're not hurting Donald Trump by burning the shit. That cheap shit that he was selling to them, marked up at those prices, they were fools giving all that money to Trump. So Trump don't care. I laugh at them. I also laugh that they also want checks. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as something. You can't take the conservative party seriously anymore. The conservative party they essentially, listen, they already want to take your health insurance. They've taken your job, busting up education, busted up unions. The CFPB, they're busting that up too. Because keep in mind, the only entities that believe the CFPB is bad for America are corporations. Because organizations like government offices like the CFPB, they actually put money back in your pocket. They actually force companies to stay honest. I've used them multiple times. Oh yeah, they're taking your TikTok too. Your TikTok, listen, you got to understand, your TikTok had to be sold so that, again, the propaganda machines can continue. Because if they dictate because you got to remember, social media is like a town square. If your government gets to dictate who gets to speak in the town square, well, the government gets to dictate everything. Yep, everything. You're right, Emily. They will support someone worse only if that person that's worse than Trump can be a better salesman than Trump. See, Trump is a good salesman. That's to some degree, to a fool. I'll say it like that. Trump is a good salesman to a fool. To somebody who won't hold him accountable for his words, Trump is a very good salesman. Honestly, this lip color, I don't even lie. I bought a little pack of lip gloss at Burlington. I don't even know what this is called. I just know it just say lip oil on the bottom. Nothing special. Nothing special. But when we look at everything that's happening, y'all, it's going to keep getting worse and worse, because at the end of the day, we're hitting ahead with everything that's happening. Because the runway on Trump's lies has run out. That's why Trump told you he don't want to hear about affordability no more. Why are you talking to me about affordability? Trump don't want to hear it no more. That's your problem. Affordability is your problem. You got to find a way to afford to live. That's not the responsibility of the president of the United States. That's what he says. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm too busy having extravagant parties at Mar-a-Lago with rich people that look like crypt keepers. You know? Jay, I put out your other account, beloved. I put out this one too, beloved. Bye. Don't forget to write. I won't read the mail, though. MAGA doesn't like when I tell you the truth. They don't like when I tell you the truth. Because more than anything, a lot of people Child. Now, listen, I just read something. Your government lying again. Now, the Trump administration says beef prices could hit $10 a pound because of migrants. Everything's the migrants, the fault of the migrants. Is it the fault of the migrants that Donald Trump is Taco Don? That he always says he's going to do one thing, but he stays flip-flopping all the time? Of course not. It's not the fault of migrants. It's not the fault of migrants. KJ, you'd have to email it to me, sweetie. Hey, I thought ICE did round up all the immigrants, OG. So I don't know why beef would be $10 a pound because of migrants. No, that's not why. It's because your president started a trade war. And Donald Trump doesn't want to be honest about what he did. He started a trade war. And he thought he was going to punk these countries. But Paul, since he's sundown and he forgot he tried this shit the first time when he was president. So they already knew that he would do this shit. And Trump campaigned on starting a trade war. He campaigned on implementing tariffs. So if Trump campaigned on implementing tariffs, I don't know why anybody's surprised that beef will be $10. Y'all see how expensive groceries are in the store for you? It's disrespectfully expensive now. Hey, Trail. I was in Walmart the other day. I was going to buy a Christmas sweater. Them mother suckers wanted $18 in Walmart. Psh, Walmart got $20 sweaters now, $20, $30 sweaters. I've seen $60 coats. A coat that was $50 a couple weeks ago, which is still too damn high for Walmart. It was $60 now. Now it's $60. That's insane. That's insane. Trump did this only to peel back some of these tariffs, but the damage has already been done. The price of your coffee has already risen and you're still buying coffee. So guess what? Even if the price of your coffee drops, it's never going to go to what it was before Trump implemented tariffs. Never. You need to accept that and figure out if you're going to continue to drink coffee. Yep. Walmart's doing roll-up prices now. I don't even see them roll-back signs in Walmart no more. They don't do that shit no more. Because they can't. Walmart is known for buying cheap shit from everywhere else and bringing it here and selling it cheap in their stores. Right? They're known for that shit. So Walmart's having a tough time trying to figure out they got to raise the prices. But I'm not going to Walmart spending $60 on a fucking coat. Not in Walmart. And I don't shop in Target at all. A lot of times I buy my coats from Costco for real. I buy them from Costco because you can get nice, good coats in Costco and BJ's or Sam's Club for great prices. Wholesale prices. You can get a nice winter coat or nice jacket. That's a lot of times where I buy coats or jackets from because it don't cost much. It don't cost much. Yeah, Burlington's good too. It's just so much inventory at Burlington. It wears me out. It's a lot of inventory at Burlington. So, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. He should have never been reelected. Now we see how wrong it was and we have to suffer. Yeah, that's true. It's unfortunate. You say, I wear the coats the college gave my son. That's smart. Burlington, Walmart, Costco, all of those coats are trash. True, they ain't the greatest. But if you just need something, those are places honestly, you can go to a thrift store and find a good coat. You just got to get it dry clean once you get it. You can find some good coats at the thrift store. You can find good coats on Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Just be careful. Because motherfuckers be having bed bugs and shit and little types of bugs in their house and shit. And you don't want to bring that to your house. So you got to be careful in situations like that. So, yeah, good old school code helps. Him and the microphone incident makes so much more sense. When he was on that microphone like... I just wanted to show people exclusive footage of Trump and Bubba. You know, that's all. Just wanted to show exclusive footage. But if you're eating ground beef still, Trump says the Trump administration gets ready for beef prices to hit $10 a pound. I've been stopped buying beef. Once Trump started that bullshit and the prices kept going up on it, I left it alone. I don't buy beef at all. It's not even on my grocery list these days. Because there's certain things that are just not worth it for me. And I'm not paying that price. I'd rather buy a fucking cow and get it butchered than spend what they charging in the stores for that fucking meat. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. You're not eating Argentinian beef? Just don't eat beef at all, because I'm going to tell you something else that y'all might not know. The law does not require them to mark it as beef from Argentina. They can still say it's a USA product based upon how they import it. So just know, you won't know the difference. So the only way not to have it is not to have beef. I left the beef in the store last night. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Listen, having beef is just not feasible. Now I can have I just defer to other things and said chicken, turkey, some fish, and sometimes shrimp if you can get them on good, deals or whatever. And beans, rice, make those things into other things. You can take black beans and make black bean burgers. I know some of you be like, listen, I ain't no vegetarian. You can put aminos in that shit and it tastes like meat. Listen, these prices are going to cause you to have to switch some shit up, okay? Real talk. These prices are going to require people to make modifications in their lives, even if they don't want to make modifications. If you want to keep some money in your pocket, you're going to have to. Because otherwise, we out of luck. Yeah, I cook. That's how come I know that I don't always use meat. Oh, you stopped eating beef years ago. Pork belly is even expensive now. I haven't bought any pork either because I already had shit in my deep freezer. So, Did you hear Vance saying high housing prices is because of... Oh, so, okay. No, I hadn't heard Vance say that, Alicia, but that lets me know that is the new administration talking point. They blame everything on migrants because I just talked about earlier how the administration says beef prices could hit $10 a pound because of migrants. So that's the new excuse for why Donald Trump raised all of our grocery bills. So, Christy, he had a ballpark in his mouth because it plumps when you cook them. And considering mouths get kind of warm, I'm assuming it plumped up when he put it near that little tiny mouth. You say the only time you eat beef is when I'm busting down a burger. I did have Burger King recently, but I had a coupon. I don't know if the frozen shrimp is okay now from radiation. I didn't even know that was an issue, to be honest with you. I had no idea. I don't eat shrimp all like that. Not often, because I consider shrimp to be sea roaches. So, I'm a little funny about seafood. I gotta have a taste for the shit. Because for real, the whole thing is just yuck to me, ultimately. I don't like oysters. I don't like clams. I don't like none of that shit. Well, nope. And shrimp are like sea roaches. And I feel certain ways about certain types of fish. I'm a little funny. I gotta have a taste for it. When I have a taste for it now, I'm gonna eat a good deal of it. But if I don't have a taste for it, I'm not eating that shit. I do eat catfish, but I have to have a taste for it. Nah, yeah. I don't like the texture of oysters. That's why I don't like oysters. Crawfish are okay, but I consider them like water bugs. They ain't too far removed from shrimp for me. You say, who cares what you like or what you think? I assume you did because you were here until you got blocked. Bye. Imagine being so thirsty that you stop in somebody's live to say that. It must hurt to be MAGA. I can't imagine being somebody like MAGA. And I wanted to remind y'all, don't forget, Army vet, yeah, I agree. Rubio and Vance in 2028. And I hope they take all your veterans benefits. Get the fuck to work. You've been blocked. I'm tired of your veteran socialist ass riding house on veterans benefits. You served probably 30 years ago. Get a job. How about that? When I say it like that, they hate that shit. I mean, I love catfish, but they are better. They're not better than shrimp, but I love shrimp also. I mean, I like them. Hey, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. I mean, I like them, but I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I got this funny thing about shrimp. They are sea roaches. They are sea roaches. And every so often I want a sea roach, but not lately. I haven't wanted them lately. Not lately. And then everybody don't clean their shrimp properly either. They also leave that little shit vein in there. Well, like I said, I gotta have a taste for it. Crab, I'll eat crab from time to time, but I have to have a taste for it. If I don't have a taste for it, I'm not eating that shit either. Nope. I just have this thing about eating shit from the ocean. Because the ocean, think about it. When it comes to Earth, the ocean is the most unexplored thing on Earth. Oh, now wait a minute. Let me stop. I do like cod. I don't eat it often, but I do like cod. I like salmon. I eat it, but not often because that shit expensive these days. So it's been a minute since I had salmon because it's expensive. And my wallet, I'm not willing to pay certain prices for things. I get it that life originated in the ocean, but VB, that's all the more reason for me to be cautious about what I put in my mouth. You say you love you some shrimp and oysters? Okay, I mean, I feel you. Thank you, Sandro. Yeah, catfish are bottom feeders. But I like a bottom feeder. Don't get me wrong. I eat chicken. Shit. Chicken ain't nothing but a walking garbage disposal. That's what chicken is. Chicken eat any fucking thing. See, people think it's pigs. Actually, no. No. Them fucking chickens, those chickens will even eat dead chickens. They believe in recycling. They believe in recycling, beloved. Believe that. A chicken ain't never met nothing it won't eat. Yeah, goats too. I remember when my great-grandmother used to have me throw listen, if you got people from down south, they keep a scrap bucket in their kitchen. Listen, I'm telling you, I got family from down south. They keep a scrap bucket in their kitchen. And if they have chickens or goats or something, they keep a scrap bucket in their kitchen. And my grandmother would make me take that scrap bucket and take it out back and throw the scraps to the chickens. Because she didn't have no goats. And them chickens ate anything you gave to them, even chicken. Pigs are a little more picky. That brought back a memory for you, Maribel, because see, you know, look, that just triggered something for you. You could smell it, couldn't you? You say pigs eat cans and people use a whole lot. I ain't never seen a pig eat a can or a person. Blocked. That's a whole lie. I ain't never seen that shit. I seen chickens eat cans. I seen chickens eat cans. And let me tell you, let your ass fall out in that chicken coop and see what happens. See what happens. They'll peck your ass something good. Chickens, listen, let something fall on that fucking ground. If it fall on that ground, it's dinner. Yup. See, the 214 Ladybug telling you. That's why when people tell me, man, I don't eat pigs. Pigs are disgusting. I'm like, who told you that lie? Chickens, and then I say, you eat chicken? They say, yeah. I'm like, oh, you full of shit then. See, if they tell me they don't eat chicken too, then all right. I ride with you on, I guess, what you're saying about pigs, because at least you're consistent in not eating chicken. But if you eat chicken and your reason for not eating pork is because pigs are filthy animals just because they be in dirt, okay, all right, you go on with that. Pigs be in dirt too. Pigs and chickens. Chickens be in dirt too. Chickens be stomping around all in their own stuff. They'll peck at their own stuff. Hell, they'll eat their own damn eggs. I love some bacon too. That's one of the reasons why I could never become a vegetarian. I couldn't do it. And I've tried. I've tried. The one thing that holds me back is bacon. Vegetarian bacon just don't hit. It don't hit the way pork bacon do. Turkey bacon don't hit like pork bacon do. Pork bacon to me is its own food group. You know? Separate from like everything else. Like, you know how they say, you got pork, like the different types of meats. It like I would say it's its own meat. Somebody can say, okay, you got pork, you got chicken, you got seafood. No. And you have bacon. Bacon is its own class because you got thick cut bacon. No, you can have low sodium bacon, but you can have thick cut bacon, thin cut bacon. You can have it as pork belly, like thick cut pork belly. Chill. Matter of fact, I got a pork belly in my freezer. I think I might make spicy pork belly for dinner Sunday. Because my family likes spicy pork belly. Listen, we eat pork up in here. I can't speak for nobody else, but in this house, we eat pork. Okay? Not every day, but we do eat pork. See, Ladybug, I don't eat from the rooter to the tutor. See, VB, I ain't gonna lie, I used to eat pig's feet when I was young. But I don't eat that. I don't eat pig's feet now. I don't eat chitlins now. I don't eat none of that shit. The only thing from a pig that I'm gonna eat that pork shoulder. I'm gonna eat pork belly. That's about as far as I'm gonna go. I used to eat chitlins a long time ago, but chitlins is something you can't eat everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Department of Defense is better. That's why I don't waste my time on that Department of War shit. But there's something about pork that the smell of pork, how it melts in your mouth, Jesus. And listen, I'm not even having pork tonight. Y'all sitting up here talking about pork, making it hard for a sister. Yeah, I don't eat chitlins, and we don't say chitterlings. Valerie, you got to write it as chitlins. It make me feel wrong putting all those syllables inside of it when I say it. It make it sound all sedity, like Pop say. Make it sound sedity, Now, yeah, I love a pulled pork sandwich. I ain't gonna lie about that. Or some fried fatback. You said Walmart has lowered the price of chitlins. Walmart always lowers the price of the shit that's gonna kill you. Yeah, I like ham. I like ham. Yeah, Trump is asleep. Would they say, shh, the baby's sleeping. I don't really like tripe. I've had tripe several times. I don't like the texture. So tripe is not a fan. I'm not a fan of tripe. I've had it many different ways, and I'm just not a fan of that particular cut. So for me, I stay away from tripe as well. Certain cuts of it, I don't like tripe. Yeah, tripe is not something I'm a fan of. Certain things I just don't eat. You say you love fried tripe in fish fry with some ketchup. I've never had that. And it could be I've just never had it prepared in a way that I really like. Like I've had it in faux dishes. I've had it in a couple of Latino dishes, but in the way that I've had it, I just haven't liked it. And I've never had it fried. Maybe that's something to, You say halibut is nasty to me. Halibut's just okay to me. It's not anything to write home about. I prefer cod over all of them, to be honest. Cod is my favorite. That is my favorite. Absolutely, positively is cod. Because it's just tasty. You say your grandpa used to fry tripe, and I loved his fried liver. See, I don't like liver. Yeah, I don't like no filtered meats. So livers, gizzards, the kidneys, I don't like none of that shit. Fried flounder. Yeah, flounder's good. Yeah, tilapia is good. But my favorite is cod. Yeah, my mother ate liver a lot growing up. I just don't like the minerally taste of liver. So I've never liked it. Yeah. My mother always loved liver with their smothered onions and all that stuff. That was her thing, with some rice and some greens or some string beans. That was my mother's like go-to dish after work, you know, on a random day. She would love that shit, but I just never could get down with it. I don't like mountain oysters either. I never got down with that. My mother ate them, but not me. That's another thing I didn't. I don't like the texture. Go figure, right? But no, I never really cared for those either. Oh, you like it with grits? Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I love red snapper. I love red snapper. Red snapper is a great go-to fish. I like red snapper too. But cod still wins out over everybody. Wins out over everybody. And when it comes to crab, because I'm from the DMV, blue crab beats everybody. Yep, blue crab beats everybody. Nobody beats blue crab. Ain't nothing like some blue crab with some Old Bay seasoning. So that's my favorite thing to have. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to have. I do like some good blue crab, but I gotta have a taste for it, because if I don't have a taste for it, I'm not gonna eat that either. You say, no, liver is not easy to prepare. Everybody can't make liver. Everybody can. I had some shrimp from Maryland. It was delicious. Yeah, Maryland does seafood really well. I just don't like when they start carrying on with the clams and the oysters. I be like, wait a minute, y'all doing too much for me. You're doing too much. Because I'm not like a huge seafood person. So I've never heard of buffalo fish. Never heard of that. Yeah. Because it becomes a little too much for me. Because like I said, I don't think I've ever had kingfish before. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that. And don't forget on Saturday, well, I didn't tell y'all this earlier. We talked about it in Patreon earlier. On Saturday, the bread that I'm going to bake on Saturday is going to be jalapeno cornbread. We're going to do jalapeno cornbread in the bread maker. And then in the oven, we're going to bake a cake, and I'm going to do homemade chocolate buttercream icing with that cake. So that's going to be tasty. I can't wait for that. That's going to be good. Ain't nothing like some good cake. And the reason why I'm making that jalapeno cornbread is because then I'm going to turn that cornbread into stuffing on Sunday, because I want to test out my stuffing recipe for Thanksgiving. So the base for my stuffing mix is cornbread. So we're going to use that cornbread as the base for that stuffing that I do on Sunday. I might do a live when I do that stuffing on Sunday. I got to decide. You said you got it? Which one? What do you mean you got it? What did you get? The bread maker, or you got something else? But that's what we're going to do on Saturday. Then also to let y'all know, because I put this on Patreon earlier today, so that y'all are aware, the movies for November are, the pup ain't getting none of that jalapeno cornbread. And he can't have no cake either, because it's chocolate. So I'm gonna have I got some pup cookies for them. So I'm gonna get that. Okay, I'll probably do a live when I'm doing the stuffing on Sunday then, because it's pretty simple to do, actually. I like that stuffing. But the movies that we picked for November, number one is The Perfect Neighbor. That's on Netflix. And then we picked two other movies, The Three Extremes and Tenet. So we're going to talk about The Perfect Neighbor on November 21st at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on TikTok, okay? So make sure y'all watch that. That's on Netflix. That's really a documentary, but we're going to talk about that one. Then we're having a watch party, and that's open to everybody. We're having a watch party on November 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the details of the watch party are going to be on my Patreon. Joining my Patreon is free. Click the link in my profile and come on over, because we're going to have this will be our first watch party. So we're going to have fun with that. And I hope my commentary won't be too crazy, but we're going to have fun with that movie. And then the last movie is Tenet, and we're going to discuss Tenet on November where is it? 29th at 8:30 p.m. Okay? So that's when we'll discuss Tenet. So I'm looking forward to it because I've only seen Tenet once. And so I'm looking forward to seeing it again because it's been a minute since I saw it. And so I can't wait till we talk about all these movies. And I can't wait till we have the watch party. So if you want to be a part of it, come on through. Because I think you're going to enjoy yourself. We have a good time with each other. Yeah, you're right. Ain't no checks coming, Robert. I hope nobody's waiting on that stuff. Did y'all see? Now, I wanted to mention this. Did y'all see how now people are going to have to recertify to get SNAP benefits? Folks are going to have to recertify. Yep. Again, it's just designed to cut more people off. That's all. It's just designed to cut more people off and keep people caught up in the cycle of all of it. That's all. It's just designed. They want to funnel that money to defense contractors, give tax cuts to rich people. I saw, and I'm going to show this to people in the Patreon tomorrow in the after show, right? I saw an interview with an executive, a tech executive, and he said that tech companies are willing to make crazy investments when it comes to AI tech because the thought process is as long as the government is going to be a surety to make them whole, if things go bad, they're willing to make all the investments necessary. What did I tell y'all? Rich people want to take our money, use it to subsidize their losses, and they'll privatize their wins. Every time. Rich people want to use our government as a piggy bank. And we're the only people putting money in the piggy bank. Rich people ain't even going to pay taxes. This is why I say, why are you protecting rich people? And this is why you need to take a look at the type of people that you elect into Congress. Because if you elect somebody with a lot of money, why would they go in to fight for you? You're not in their tax bracket. They're going to fight for their tax bracket and their rich friends. Real shit. See, this is the thing. Regular working class people like us, we're inclined to not only just fight for us, but fight for everybody because we know how it is to not have anything. But greedy ass rich people don't think like that. Greedy ass rich people fight for themselves. And you are seen as a pawn in the game to get fucking money. See, I've always thought this. They are multi-millionaire. Why would they run for Congress? Think about it. Somebody worth a shitload of money. Let's say, for example, Rick Scott out of Florida. He's worth a shitload of money personally. Why run for Congress? That's really a step down. He could be making money in the private sector, right? But why go into the private sector when you can go into government and change the rules from the inside? When you can oversee and monitor companies and you get to invest in them too. Rick Scott had delayed on releasing trades that he had. And those trades, when he released them, he made over $20 million on those trades. $20 million. That's why rich people keep running for office. Because they make more money getting into office on the backs of our votes, our money, and then turning around and telling us we're lazy. You better wake up to this shit. I'm just trying to get people to wake up to the shit. I know February doesn't have 30 days, T, but that's when you're going to get that $2,000 check. I'm just letting you know. Y'all need to wake up to the bullshit. Rich people are using your government as a piggy bank and making you pay. Making you pay. They even took money, I'm going to tell you the biggest atrocity to me is fucking with the Department of Education. The children are our future. We're fucked. We're fucked. Real talk. We're fucked. Because education is going to be a purely economic thing. And if you don't have enough money to ensure your children get the best education possible, your children are fucked. Real talk. Your children are fucked. We got two trains coming into the station, and it's a collision. We got an elder crisis because we got a lot of elderly people and no infrastructure for it. And no infrastructure or no future was built for the youth. And the education system is all fucked up for the really, really young. Those are bad things happening. And I'm telling you, when that shit all comes together, America, you are going to regret that you sat by and did nothing. Real shit. I'm telling you. I need you to understand, we are bad. Bad. Your government, think about it. Your government would rather starve you than make rich people pay taxes. Because they can afford to starve you. I'm going to tell you why. Know why? Because by the time it's time to vote again, your ass will forget who did it to you. Where the lie at? It happens every fucking election. When I'm sitting at home going, wait a fucking minute. They voted for the people who did this to them to do it to them again. Shh. Okay. I keep telling you that some of you have an abusive relationship with your country. No matter how bad your government treats you, you still right there on your knees licking boots. Not holding people accountable that you pay. You keep letting these elected officials talk to you like they pay you. They don't fucking pay you. You pay them. That's your tax money. So when they sit up there on the hill and they don't do shit, that's your tax money that went to waste. When they let President Trump run and do all this other bullshit without congressional approval, that's your tax money at play. When Congress allowed government to be shut down for months and months and didn't do their fucking job, that was your money at play. You were paying them to have a vacation. That's what you did. You paid for them to be on vacation. Only for them to come back and watch them take your fucking health care. Boom. Oh, that ballroom not from your tax dollars. I'm going to tell you what's going on with that ballroom. I remember I told y'all a couple weeks ago, the company that ripped down the East Wing never got paid. They're suing. They never got paid. Trump don't pay his bills. Trump don't pay his bills. That East Wing was ripped down to fuck with shit. And that ballroom is never going to be built. That's money laundering. Oh, that you're never going to see that. That ballroom is never going to be built. Even if it is, it ain't going to be done in 4 years. That money is going straight into Trump's fucking pocket. The way all the other money has gone into his fucking pocket. Our government is for sale. Vet, get out of here. I hope they take your benefits. You need to get to work and you need to do some PT. I saw that side profile. I saw that nussy. Now I know you're not coming in here being all sassy with me with a nussy in your profile. A nussy you didn't even cover up. You didn't even have a not safe for work tag on it. The nerve. The nerve. Okay. Thank you, user 588. Listen, I'm just trying to get people to think. I'm just trying to get people to think. Doesn't matter. Use this $2,000 to get you $2,000 worth of washcloths because I smelled you when you came in. You still been blocked. That's the same bad built dude that I just blocked. I told y'all I'm not a nice liberal. I'm not a nice liberal. So if you come over here, I guarantee you I'm going to match that MAGA fucking energy. The only difference is after an interaction with me, you're going to cry about it. Guaranteed. Because MAGA's mad with everybody else because they voted for a grifter, a rich grifter, and they are more poor than they were when Trump got reelected. Think about it. These people, MAGA is worse off than they were when Trump was reelected. He didn't make their life not one piece of better. And not only did he make their life worse, he said, stop talking about it. Shut up. I don't want to hear about it no more. Hey, dude, good afternoon. That's what Trump said. Trump said, stop talking about that shit, man. I'm trying to enjoy these bitches at this party and have a good time with my rich friends. Can you please stop yelling about needing food? Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. I love seeing Republican states in recession. And thank you, Republican Jesus, for bankrupting one small family farm at a time. And please start with the ones that say they're religious and we know they aren't. Start with them first, because I want to test their faith. Like, fuck them people. See, y'all too nice to these people. I'm not nice. Yep, they should have listened to black women, but they didn't. So now black women like me are like, fuck them. Fuck them. Whatever happens, happens. Because see, now they want government intervention. Now think about it. Now farmers want government handouts. And I'm glad Trump gives them nothing. Trump can't give them no money. He's spending it all on immigration. Ain't no money to give them. Ain't no money to give them. He done ran through the money. Y'all not looking at the deficit. Y'all not looking at government steady selling bonds and shit. The government's in a bad way because President Trump, the Trump administration is just spending money like crazy. Like it's just endless money. You know why it is? What? Hold up. I just saw something. You know why it is? Because to them, they'll just raise our taxes when they need more money. I'm telling you. Oh, shucks, you guys, the acting FEMA head has stepped down. Oh, but there's a reason why. So, he was heavily criticized, this David Richardson. He was heavily criticized for his slow response to the floods in Texas. Well, he didn't respond slow at all. Conservatives don't like socialism. So why would they expect the government to come help them? I'm confused. Conservatives say they don't like socialism. Then a fucking flood happens and they yell for government. No. Texas should do it themselves, right? Aren't Republicans all about states' rights? Okay. They say he's been acting head for 6 months. And he's stepping down. And the current chief of staff, Karen Evans, FEMA's current chief of staff, will step in as acting administrator on December 1st. That's only the beginning of a series of resignations. Watch. You filed exempt, Leslie? Listen, that shit need to be a movement. I just know that in certain companies, they ain't gonna let you do it. You know? Yeah. Yep. Tariffs brought in $226 trillion and Trump promised to give out $400 trillion. That's why I said the math ain't math and you ain't gonna get no money. And even if you did, honestly, we should be getting way more than that. But hey, these politicians play in your face because they know they can get away with it. Y'all got to hold these people accountable. Midterms are coming. You better get your ass out to vote. And not just at midterms. Every time your local officials or there's a local election, you need to get your ass to vote. School board, Chamber of Commerce folks, judges, you need to be actively involved. Republicans didn't do this shit overnight. They've been building this shit brick by brick. Real talk. And they're going to keep on building it brick by brick until you Be actively engaged. Okay? You're very welcome, Bridget. Listen, I appreciate you all being here with me this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because I'm about to go in here and heat up my dinner from yesterday that I made for Sunday. I made smothered chicken with some gravy, some rice, and some greens, and I heated up some biscuits. Some of them biscuits that we made a couple of Saturdays ago that I told you can chuck in your freezer. And when you're ready for them, you pull them out, put some melted butter on top, slap them in the oven for about 12 to 14 minutes. You got biscuits, homemade every time. Okay? So don't forget Saturday, we're going to do jalapeno cornbread and we're going to do the cake. And then don't forget on Sunday, we're going to do the stuffing. Okay? So I appreciate you all for being here. Listen, thank you for the 50,000 likes. I appreciate it. We got over 100,000 shares. Y'all need to call y'all congressmen and y'all senators. You can email them to make sure people vote to release those damn Epstein files. Make those votes, make the shit veto proof. So Trump can't block it. So the only way to stop that shit from being released is the Justice Department got to go out of their way to say we're going to defy Congress. Yup. Force that shit. Force it. Okay? Listen, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. I appreciate all of you for your time today. Just note that. Number 1, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 2, handsome Kiera. Thank you so much, Kiera. Number 3, beautiful Maribel. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 4, beautiful Kim. Thank you so much, Kim. Number 5, beautiful God's Child. Thank you so much, God's Child. And a special shout out to period number 6. Thank you so much, beautiful. I also want to say, listen, Maribel Blue is in here. Check out Maribel's YouTube channel. Check out her channel here on TikTok. And I'm sure if you go to her profile, you'll be able to get to her YouTube. Check out her YouTube channel. She does some fabulous discussions on a wide range of topics. And I love your production and your editing style. I don't have the patience to do none of that shit. That's why my shit be real basic. You understand? Because I don't have the tolerance and patience for none of that. I love your stuff. Listen, we did a great interview where we talked about like MAGA and all this stuff happening with immigration. But I want them to check out not just that, everything that Maribel does. She has great discussions. Click her profile, check her out here on TikTok so that you can check out her YouTube channel. She has some great discussions, okay? So listen, don't forget, you're absolutely welcome, beautiful. You have great stuff. You really do, beautiful. You really do. Keep going. Trust me on this. Keep going. You are doing some fabulous work. Trust me on this, okay? Trust me on this. Keep going. Yep. Call your congressman, call your senator. And Maribel, if you can respond to Sharon, she's asking you if your YouTube name is the same name. Yep. Your stuff is better than Midas Touch. Absolutely. Yeah. Just make sure you respond to Sharon. I don't want to disconnect from here until you're able to add her so she can see your YouTube channel name. Okay. Now I'll just say my little outgoing silhouette, but I won't soliloquy rather, but I won't go anywhere. Listen, I want each and every one of you, listen, don't let people live rent free in your head. Do not feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. I'm giving Maribel time to respond to Sharon. I believe it's somewhat the same. Hold on. Let me go to, I can tell you right here. I can go to the YouTube page and I can tell you what her stuff is. She is under, oh shoot. Go back. I got too much stuff on there. Yeah, Maribel Blue. It's the same name, at Maribel Blue. That's what her YouTube channel is as well. Her name on YouTube. So check her out, okay? Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Have a beautiful and blessed and safe evening, okay? And don't forget, we're going to be talking about the perfect neighbor on the 21st. Love you all. Peace.